Freeze to flow, rebuilding your voice after diaspora. And yes, you're welcome to the Confidence in the Diaspora series, and we've been on this series for a while now, and today we're on day 7 already. Would you believe it? Yes. Today we want to talk about how to move from freeze to flow right there in the diaspora, where it seems like you are frozen, you want to now start flowing. That's your greatest desire, right? Let's talk about it. And good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Confidence in the Diaspora series. I have had quite a couple of reasonable feedback so far that have said, okay, this is a thing, and we love it. We love the fact that this conversation is being finally given a voice to, given a name to, and given a sense of feeling to. And people have, reached out to say, okay, yeah, this is actually a thing that most of us did not know that it was a thing. And today we want to really have this conversation, name it, and most importantly, be able to put in what it is that we need to put in to actually have this fear dealt with. I was reading the story of the parable of the 5 talents, the people that were given talent, and how the guy, and my eyes popped open, I beg your pardon, to the fact that the guy who actually hid his talent did so only because of fear. So he had talent, but then he went and he buried it. So the most important thing that you need is not necessarily talent alone or brilliance. Because if there's no boldness to actually show forth that talent, then where are we going to? Right? You need the boldness to actually show forth your brilliance, shine forth your brilliance where people think it's not possible. So that's what the conversation is about today. Beyond the talents, because you have traveled, right? You traveled, you went with all of the talent in you, but it seems like the talent is not is not talented. Please forgive me. It seems like the talent is not showing up forth the way you would want it to show up. It feels like, what's going on with me? You cannot even understand what it is anymore. And most of us are just wondering, can there even be a way out? Yes, there can be a way out. And that is what today's conversation is about. Moving you from freeze to flow. I want to assure you, and I want to say to you that yes, it's absolutely possible to actually flow right there in the diaspora. Yes, it absolutely is possible to flow right there in the diaspora. That place where you think it's not possible. It is not possible, coach. You don't get it. I've been frozen for a while now. I've been frozen for, some of you have been frozen for years. I've had people reach out to me to say, wait, you don't get it, coach. We have been frozen for quite a number of time. And it's not even possible. It's not possible to get out of the place of that being frozen. Frozen in your mind, frozen in your heart. Whatever the fear is, I want to say to you that it is absolutely possible to walk away from that fear, from that frozen situation that you are in, and get to a place where you actually step into your original confident you. Yes, it is absolutely possible. All right, let's get into the conversation. And you want to tag a professional on this conversation. You want to let somebody know that, hey, this conversation is on. Like, this is how to chill out on your Saturday evening, right? This is where you should be this Saturday evening and actually have this conversation. Hi, Quietly Becoming. Oh, I love that name. I love your name. And welcome, ma'am. It's so good to have you here. Alrighty, let's get into the conversation of the day. Moving you from freeze to flow. Have you tagged the professional? Have you tagged the professional to join this conversation today? Now, if you've been following since day 1, you know that you are not just running a motivational journey. Okay, if you've been joining this journey, no, we're not on a motivational campaign. We are disrupting silence in the diaspora. Silence in diaspora spaces that people are faced with, and it's been there for a while now in their lives. Okay, so we've helped quite a number of quiet professionals, brilliant professionals who have been quiet, frozen in the diaspora. We've helped them to reclaim their voices after relocation. But tonight we're tackling one of the most common but least talked about symptoms of diaspora. Now, diaspora is what I named the fear, freeze, frozen nature, the fog that you feel just because you japa. You went to a different place and the bold confidence is no longer shining out, it's no longer being loud anymore. That's what I call it, diaspora, because it's the phobia, it's the fear that came as a result of you moving to the diaspora. All right? So I want to share with you something that is most common, but is almost the least talked about. That can be a symptom of diaspora, and that is the freeze. What is the freeze response? Let me explain it. The freeze response is a biological reaction to threat or unfamiliarity where the brain chooses silence or inaction as a form of protection. So the brain goes silent just because it's in the diaspora. That's what I call the freeze. All right? For diaspora professionals, you begin to notice that you have something smart to say, but you second guess it. This is something you could have naturally, effortlessly said if you were still in your nation. But because you're in the diaspora, and one of the most common, yet least talked about symptom of this diaspora is that freeze. So the freeze shows up when you know this thing, you're smart enough to say it, but you second guess yourself. Or you are fluent in your field, but your voice shakes when it's time to speak in those meetings in the diaspora. Thirdly, you find yourself shrinking, not because you are unsure, no, but because your environment feels unpredictable. Your environment feels unpredictable, so it's like, I don't think this is the place for me. It eventually feels, or you begin to feel like you are incapable, you are not suited for that speech. No, it's not incompetence. It's actually a nervous system response. It's actually a nervous system response. So your brain is actually trying to protect you. So the freeze is happening. Now, neuroscience has shown that when your brain perceives threat, even if it's a social kind of threat or whatever kind of threat it is, your brain activates the amygdala, right? And the amygdala signals to the body to fight, flight, or freeze. That's what happens. So the freeze you're feeling is actually your brain's reaction to a perceived threat. Again, that's why I say it's a fear. Your brain is reacting to a perceived threat. Your brain is reacting to some kind of insecurity that it's feeling. So the amygdala signals the body that it's time to fight, it's time to flight, to take a flight, that's run away, or to freeze. Now, in new environments where issues like accent, cultural cues, or racial dynamics feel overwhelming, freeze becomes the default. This is why it feels like you've been frozen. It's actually science. It's actually your nature. It's actually your default. Again, this is why I feel like this kind of a situation has to be worked out of. Like, it's a journey to get you out of there. You will need tools. You will need reorientation. Because now you have known that your brain is actually reacting to something. So it's a default system to protect you. Now, your silence is not weakness. It's a wired response to unfamiliarity. So I want you to calm down, and I want you to not overheat yourself. No, your silence is not weakness. Far away from it. It's not weakness in any way. It's your brain's reaction to unfamiliarity. Your brain is actually wondering what's going on. This feels unfamiliar. Your brain is wondering, no, this is not what I think I bargained for here. So your brain is just reacting to several things at the same time. just because it feels unfamiliar. So your brain is actually seeing some stranger, and so your brain is feeling there's danger. But the thing is, staying in that space, in that state, can actually cost you opportunities, visibility, and your voice. So it's understandable that this is what science is saying. It's understandable that this is what your nature is saying. However, staying there can cost you more than just silence or the perceived security that you are craving. It's costing you your visibility. It's costing you your voice. It's costing you your opportunities that you could have taken over. Now, let's name what it often looks like. So what it shows up in situations like you avoid raising your hand even when you have something valuable to contribute. You know that this is value. You know that I'm supposed to be saying this, but you just can't say it. Interestingly, that same thing, if you were back home, if you were back in your safety zone, you would have been able to say it. Now, I need you to understand that what the diaspora is to your brain is different. So somehow in your brain is actually feeling that this is insecurity, this is unfamiliar, this is strange. So you avoid raising your hand even when you have something valuable to contribute. You spend more time editing your message than saying it. You have been editing this message for the past 10 minutes. You haven't said it. And even if they give you more time to say it, you may just not say it. You may just rather end up sending it as an email, or maybe not even sending it at all. Or maybe you just feel, no, I don't think I want to send it. Or you over apologize before sharing your ideas. You haven't done anything wrong, but your opening word is always, sorry, I think I have something to say. Come on now. Why are you sorry? Or you rehearse full conversations but stay silent when it's time to speak. You haven't slept all night. You were rehearsing the speech. You're rehearsing what to say. Now it's time to speak. You didn't say anything. After hours of rehearsals. You say, just give me time to adjust. But months or years pass and you are still quiet. Most times, what many diasporans do, they just say, you know what, I just got into this nation. I think I just need time to adjust, acclimatize, get used to the environment. But it's been 10 years. It's been 4 years. Are you still acclimatizing? Are you still adjusting? The only job you've decided to take is care job. When you know that you can actually do more. But somehow, somewhere, you just feel like, you know what? I think I just want to be where I am. So it's no longer you acclimatizing. It's no longer you trying to get used to the new environment. No, it's beyond it. It's beyond it. I want to show you 5 practical ways to begin rebuilding your voice right there in the diaspora. Number 1, name the silence. Call it what it is. Do not spiritualize it. Do not justify it. Name it what it is. I've gone quiet in this season, but it's not who I am. It's how I've adapted, but I'm coming out of it. That should be your phrase. Own it. Own your reality. Name the silence. Just say it that I've been actually silent. I've been silent too long. This silence is costing me my opportunities that I should have taken up. This silence is costing me my voice, my visibility, my value. Part of what we created in the 21-in-1 Total Fidence and the Diaspora bundle is what we call the Voice Fidence Guide, Speak Fidence Guide, Pay Fidence Guide. Yes, we had to mention Pay Fidence Guide because, yesterday on the live, someone who joined us put in the comment section and she said, we just go for care jobs most times in the diaspora instead of going out for more. Do you know why? There's something in the average diasporan's head that makes them feel like they are not worth a certain amount of pay. So what you need actually is confidence. There's a confidence that comes from going for what you are actually worth and charging for it with clarity, with confidence, with conviction that this is what I'm worth and this is what I'm going to be paid, or nothing. It requires a certain kind of confidence. It requires what I call pay-fidence. Do you know, we even had to make work-fidence. Because we saw this challenge, like, you know, someone made it mention yesterday on the live, right? We had to mention it that, hey, too many diasporas are not going for the jobs that befit them. So we had to create work-fidence. See, that silence that is making you go for a job you have no business doing, you have to name it. Name it, name it, name it. Name it. You need to reconstruct your ID, your identity. And guess what we made for you? ID-fidence. There's a confidence in your identity. You know why? Self-worth is the greatest determinant for net worth and network. Please put it in the comment section. Self-worth is the greatest determinant for net worth and network. See, it's nothing determines your self-worth like your network and your net worth. It's your self-worth that will determine your net worth, how much you make. It's your self-worth that will determine your network, the people you can actually have in your space or not. The kind of people you attract into your space or not is determined by your self-worth. That's what determines it. Thank you. Number 2, start small. Safe speaking zones. Rebuild confidence by practicing in safe spaces. If you do not know how to start speaking, what we made for you is the Speak Fidence Guide. These guides are whole, they are complete. 21 areas that we have noticed through working with some professionals in the diaspora. You know, we are called to serve busy professionals. Our mission is just to help them build master 3-year life skills, smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. We have noticed that there are too many busy professionals who stop at the beginning of the chain, smart reading. They struggle with smart thinking. They struggle with smart speaking. And we're saying, no, the chain isn't complete. The journey isn't complete. Smart reading is a process. It must show in the product of smart speaking. Right, and we had to create something. We had to create the Speak Fidence Guide as part of the 21-in-1 bundle. You know what? When you get these bundles, right, you'll be able to identify, okay, this is the one that I want to work with first. Okay, let me begin with the ID fidence. I think I've struggled with my identity. Then you go, okay, let me work on the name fidence. I think I'm struggling with my name. My name is Oluwasegun, but I've been able to shorten it to Egun or Gun. My name is Ifunaya, but I've shortened it to Naya. And this is giving me a burden because that's not my identity, but I have to change it to suit the environment. And sometimes when I'm called that name, I feel like I'm incomplete. Or you're even totally ashamed of your name. You have changed it totally to something different. You lack name fidence. We created the name fidence bundle for you. Now, the second way to actually work out of this is to start small. Start with safe speaking zones. We created a Speak Fidence Guide for you. You need to rebuild confidence by practicing in safe spaces. Record yourself explaining an idea out loud. Join small supportive circles like coaching groups or live sessions like this. Comment when you're in live sessions like this. Put in the comment section. You are actually making yourself speak. Comment vocally in meetings, even if it's just to affirm others. Number 3, use script prompts. Use confidence scripts to bypass anxiety. You know, in the Total Fidence Bundle, in the Speak Fidence Guide, we had other things that are in the Speak Fidence Guide that gives you like icebreaker lines, visibility introductions, voice anchoring declarations, things like that, yeah, that help you to use script prompts and be able to build rhythm until confidence catches up when you're about to speak, right? Then number 4, journal aloud. You see this journaling? We'll talk about it. Turn your journal entries into verbal expression. See, we need you to speak. You know why? You were created by a speaker God. I hope you know. You were created by a speaker God. A God who speaks. You look at the Bible and throughout you keep saying, and God said, and God said, and God said. And guess what? All that God saw was a product of all that he said. So you have a job. You have a responsibility to actually speak. You are in this world to actually speak. So turn your journals into verbal expression. Read your thoughts aloud. This helps you to have a thought-to-speech connection. A thought-to-speech pipeline reconnection. That's what the Smart Speakers Academy was able to build for you. Smart thinking resulting in smart speaking. Because there must be a thought-speech pipeline connection. It's key. Number 5, embrace daily voice work. Your voice is like a muscle. The more you use it, the less it trembles. Do you know? We even have a voice feeding guys for you. One of the 21 guys that are in the 21 in 1 Total Fitness the Diaspora bundle is a voice feeders guide. So the more you use your voice, the less it trembles. It's to help you to work into a place where you can actually schedule 5 to 10 minutes daily just to speak intentionally. No pressure, no performance, just you giving volume to your voice. So your voice is your tool of influence. Let me say this clearly. Dear professional in the diaspora, you are too quiet. Yes, you are too quiet. You are just not homing your voice yet. That's what we want. We want you to understand that, hey, you should not be too quiet. You should be homing your voice even though you are not home. Yes. Yes, you are not home. You are in a strange land. You are in another land. But it's important that you are home in your voice. It's important. Your voice did not vanish. It simply froze. And I explained to you that it's your amygdala, it's some science, it's some reality. Your brain is just saying there's insecurity, there's unfamiliarity, so let's fight, let's freeze, or let's take a flight. It's natural response. However, your voice needs to leave that place. If you can read and think and write, then you can speak again. Not just speak, you can speak with smart confidence. We had to make a speak fidence guide. We now made a smart fidence guide as well. See, it's our mission to help you in the diaspora. It's a calling for us. Too many diasporas have cried. Like, too many diasporas have suffered. And we're saying enough is enough. We could have just made one guide. We could have made 10. We could have made less. But we wanted these whole 21 areas that are key. Like, literally every single professional can find themselves in at least 3 or 4 of the 21 per time. Per time. If you pick 4 today, you can identify yourself. Tomorrow, you will find yourself in several areas. This is why we have to create 21 in 1 Total Fitness in the Diaspora bundle. It's to help you rebuild your voice, regain clarity, rhythm, rise to visibility again. That's the goal. Inside this bundle, you will find your voice recovery checklist, confidence script, scripting template, visibility prompt, diaspora identity clarity board, and more. See, there's something called diaspora identity and clarity. If you leave to the diaspora with just the identity you have at home, it's not going to show up over there. Yes. Isn't that what you noticed? You went to the identity. You didn't even know when the identity left you at the airport. So, you need a new kind of identity. That's why one of the guides had to make an ID fidence guide. Guys, we had to make an ID fidence guide. The good news is, these guides are worth thousands of naira. Each guide is going for 4,500 naira. But we'll have a flash sale coming up on July 30th for only 24 hours. So long as you purchase within the 24 hours window, you get these guides, each of them for 1,000 naira. Listen, it's a no-brainer kind of giveaway. It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway. 1,000 naira for each of these guides, 21 of them, 21,000 naira. You do not just want to get it for yourself. You should get it for every single professional you know. Just send us a DM, Diaspora, or click the link in bio, and you'll join the flash sale room. Once you get in there, on the July 30th, 24 hours, you get to get your guides. Listen, silence is not your identity. Shrinkage is not your story. You need to stop freezing. You need to stop being silent. Freeze is not your future. Silence is not your identity. Shrinkage is not your story. Freeze is not your future. Dear diaspora professional, you were not born to just own your brilliance. You were wired for boldness even across borders. Your brilliance must be moved to boldness even across borders. Let's move from freeze to flow. Right there in the diaspora, let's move from freeze to flow. And I'll see you on Monday at 1 p.m. We'll continue this conversation. It's been amazing having you here. I wanted to share this live with everybody else. Won't be here tomorrow, so you want to go and catch replay tomorrow. When you remember us tomorrow, right? Just go and catch replay on Instagram, on YouTube. Catch replay of everything we've done this week and actually sit with it. It will help you to start your journey of rebuilding total confidence right there in the diaspora. I didn't say confidence, total confidence. Total confidence is a complete kind of confidence that you need, especially right there in the diaspora. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'll see you again on Monday at 1 p.m. This is the Smart World.